Hello Gemini, and welcome to October. I'm so excited for it. There is so much energy going on. We are in the thick of the eclipses, and the shifting of the nodes is going to happen in a few months. So I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time talking about all the details of the month, like the shifts of Mercury and the Sun and Venus and all of that, because I just want to focus on these beautiful trines that I'm seeing and the eclipse. And I'll list all the dates for all of those other mundane aspects in the description box down below. Also, if I haven't said it before, please like, share, subscribe, help my channel grow. I don't usually say that. I usually just try to jump right in, as is my way. I do, I work a 9 to 5. This isn't what I do for a living. I have a career. However, I am going through these eclipse changes as well. I'm working on a children's book, and I'm also trying to become an astrologer eventually, earning a living from that at some point. But helping my channel grow and is great. So if you could like, share, subscribe, comment, anything that puts me into that algorithm will be great. Okay, let's get started. The solar eclipse on October 2nd in Libra is at 10 degrees, and I'm so sorry, I'm in my treehouse, and there's a lot of trees where I live, and there's a lot of hawks and birds and crows, and I don't know what that is right now, some kind of bird. Sorry. All right, so anyway, 10 degrees will be happening in your 5th house. Yay, of luck, lovers, romance, fun, children, joy, creativity, theater, lottery wins, speculative gains, children, and will conjunct Mercury. Let's see, there's some other things in the mix here as well, and I'm sorry, I just lost my page. These birds are kind of throwing me off a little bit. Let me hit pause for a second. Okay, sorry about that. All right, so there will be a conjunction with the solar eclipse to the South Node and to Mercury, repeating a pattern that happened with new beginnings that probably came in or started last October 2023. There's a pileup of energy in this house with Mercury, the Sun, Lilith, the South Node. This could be bringing in creative projects, new starts, contracts around creativity with Mercury here. Mercury rules contracts. Ideas, news for collaborations. A pregnancy can happen, and it will be a fated child, possibly somebody you knew in a past life, as the South Node can represent past lives. A fated love can also come through this eclipse as well. All this can unfold, if it hasn't appeared for you yet, now and over the next 6 months, and possibly for a year. There's also grand water trine happening from your 2nd house of Cancer, which represents immediate family or the family that you make, bank accounts, land, your face, diet, teeth, your self-esteem. Let's see, what else? Food, fine foods, wine, drink, fine clothing. It's a Taurus domain. In your 6th house of Scorpio, your 10th house of career, father figures, is Pisces. You could be recognized for a creative project that you worked hard on, with Saturn being in the 10th, giving you gain, success, and recognition at this time as well. It could simply be a new job opportunity that changes your income and your title. Since the 6th Scorpio house is involved, you could be changing your diet and your eating patterns, possibly your exercise routine, to strengthen your body and maybe put more muscle on. As Scorpio is ruled by Mars, and Mars is muscle and brawn, a new you physically can emerge within the next few months, increasing your self-esteem and how you look and present yourself externally. And that can have a trickle-down effect, right, in increasing your earnings. There's been several studies on this. You can kick a bad habit or a hidden habit that hurt you somehow, like vaping or too much drinking cigarettes, too much TV, or any undesirable behavior that isn't good for you now. You could have also dealt with depression and withdrawal a lot more, and will or can now start to present you're emerging a little bit like a butterfly from the cocoon, a better version of yourself, because I see another trine happening and unfolding at a more subtle but very deep level with the outer planets of Pluto, Uranus, and Neptune. Uranus is in Taurus in your 12th house of addictions, privacy, rest and seclusion, trining over to Pluto and Capricorn in your 8th house of transformation, death, and rebirth, and Neptune trining over the Neptune as well in your 10th house of father figures, reputation, your career and title in the world. Let's go back to the eclipse. I'll get to that in just a second. So back to the eclipse. There is a square to this eclipse coming from Mars and Cancer, from your second house of banking and income and self-worth, over to that fifth house where all this Libra action is happening. You could be feeling like a little bit frustrated, agitated, or angry with your children or a lover or your creative projects at this time, or the way that you're earning money. Squares present a lot of energy. You could be feeling that way with yourself and how you want to change and make money. Your children could also be involved. Maybe they're draining your bank account. Cancer second house where Mars is. You could have to spend a lot of money on a child. Maybe to help them, pay for schooling or sports, and sports falls in that fifth house, and sports can be very expensive. Maybe you have to invest more money than expected into a creative project that you're working on. Alternatively, this could be a partner you find out is spending too much money, especially with Lilith involved in this solar eclipse. The key is to find, balance, diplomatic solutions, check any anger, especially with children. Always with a lover, but always with children first, Lilith is here. I mentioned that. Maybe you're engaged in a taboo love affair that comes to light, or a taboo relationship, like a big age difference, different religious backgrounds, different cultures from different countries, something like that. Be careful around those themes if you don't want that coming out or being exposed at this time. If a partner is hiding something from you, maybe you just don't find out right now, or you do, or it could unfold over the next 6 months. There is a fixed star called Vindimeatrix, and sometimes has been known to be the widow maker for women, or a mischief maker or disgrace for men. Doesn't have to be that serious. There are a couple celebrities that actually have that star, and they didn't lose a spouse, so it could just mean maybe you'll sever a relationship if there are unsavory things revealed about a partner at this time. But this is only so a new and faded partner can come in for you. In simpler terms, you could be wanting more freedom in a relationship, or more freedom from like heavy parental duties if you're a parent. There can be an addiction here as well, as the star is known as the grape gatherer, and can be tied to lecherous wine gods like Dionysus and or Bacchus. Hopefully this isn't the case, but maybe an older child has developed a wine or a drinking habit and it's revealed now. Or it's you and you need to cut back on the wine, or it's a lover who needs to cut back. So it doesn't have to be very serious, it just could be little things coming up now. Last but not least, if you're an athlete, you can gain positive recognition at this eclipse or as it unfolds. Since this house ties to children, maybe they are the ones winning in sports scholarship or something like that. This other trine that I mentioned earlier happening with these outer planets is getting ready to shift. And this is out of your 8th Capricorn house, where Pluto has been sitting for a very long time. Pluto will be heading up to it, your 9th house of higher mind, higher thinking, foreign travel, gurus, higher education, doctors, lawyers, marriage contracts can fall here, publishing. It's a lighter, brighter house after going through the purge of that 8th house of deep transformation, secrets, and all sorts of things the 8th house represents. Right, Uranus is in Taurus in the 12th, wrapping up its stay there, getting ready to head to your 1st house. And Neptune is finishing up a stay in the 10th house, where there may have been like confusion or nebulousness around what you want to do for a career or your career in general, getting ready to move to your 11th house. So this trine again is happening from the 8th house, the 12th, and your 10th. Okay, getting ready to move, to the 1st, 9th, and 11th. So there's a flow of ease with regard to a story ending around transformation, death, and rebirth, topics of the 8th house. A change in your title in the world, 10th house, like single to married, 9 to 5, no more of that, to a spiritual practice, etc. And rest and seclusion to revealing a new you. There will definitely be a new version of you coming out. The new story begins in a few months' time, birthing from that 12th house of the unseen. Hospitals, charity, ashrams, and foreign shores, where Uranus has been shaking things up for years, now in that 12th house. At times it could have been very difficult. The 12th house is rest and seclusion, prisons, you know, hospitals. You go there, you know, maybe because of 6th house illness, you know, and healing. And if that happened for you, there will be a new you coming out, healed and presenting differently soon. Many changes, you know, for sure were happening behind closed doors and behind the scenes over the years, and sometimes even on a subtle level that you may not have even recognized. And these changes, I think, were definitely difficult for you at times, especially in relation to father figures, your job and career. You could have had power struggles with an intimate partner, boss figures, you know, leading to transformation, and soon a brighter way of like even seeing yourself and seeing the world as you come out of these darker houses. Especially now as Pluto will be moving into a luck house, a dharmic house. It's the 9th, it's ruled by Sagittarius and Jupiter. Yeah, that can also bring big money, especially if you're like writing or a writer. Jupiter can represent publishing. Pluto is big wealth. This trine is one of ease, helping close out the old stories of that 8th, 10th, and 12th house, and moving to these new houses, which are much better for you. Uranus will be so much happier in your first house. You know, will create changes, sometimes, you know, unwelcome, but Uranus is much happier in this position, or in this, you know, in your sign, and can lead to genius communication or creative projects over the years to come. And Pluto moving to your 9th house could result in publication, either traditional or digital. And Neptune moving into that 11th Aries house can represent you finding new groups of people, or your belonging if you've had any trouble with that. You know, large groups you may meet through philanthropic endeavors, humanitarian or social justice movements. These outer planets will be flowing much better for you, sextiling and trining your sun, moon, or ascendant over the coming years and for long periods of time, due to like retrogrades and the slow movements of these outer planets. You could also become famous or a celebrity figure via like the media or the internet over the course of the next few years, with Pluto trining over to you from that 9th house. And yeah, and it could be like with foreigners or foreign people. And Neptune making a sextile from the 11th house of large platforms, celebrities, and internet. You can also win legal cases, develop a new belief system that changes your life, a better belief system. You can also move to another country and have a lot of luck there, as the planet of transformation shifts to the house of foreigners, learning foreign language with ease, foreign travel. I'm so excited for you, Gemini. I think it's been rough going for you, and now the energy will start to finally shift, you know, moving into 2 dharmic houses, your 1st house and your 9th house, which can bring good luck related to good karma that you do now, and as the years unfold. Also, it could even be good luck that will come to you from a father in the 9th house. And the 11th house is emphasized as well. That's another you know, luck house. It's a tricon house, another house of good fortune. So last but not least, the full moon will be in Aries on October 17th at 24 degrees, affecting your sign, sun, moon, or rising, from 20 to 28 degrees, happening over in that 11th house of big luck, lottery wins, internet, scientific discoveries. And Jupiter's in your 1st house, making a sextile of ease and flow to this moon, possibly bringing a culmination around a friend group or putting you in the spotlight after a time of seclusion within a friend group. A friend may also need your help at this time, or you could find yourself, yeah, I just said that part. Okay, never mind. You could have a creative project reach culmination and receive attention now. If your sun, moon, or ascendant, again, is in those degrees, 20 to 28. The outer planets are making squares to this full moon, indicating that a friend may need you. There's like a layer of confusion or dark, depressed feelings may come up around a friend group that you realize you may need to cut ties with, or that is not good for you. Could be like toxicity, and you could be purging, you know, this group. But ultimately, it will be very good for you, leading to a more like stronger, more empowered version of yourself, and freeing you up to be a part of groups who appreciate you for who you are. Especially since you're hosting Jupiter in your 1st house now, Jupiter will be protecting you and helping this full moon, helping you grow and expand all the way until next June, leading you to the right people, to your home, to your friends and your groups that are meant for you. All right, take care, Gemini, and we'll see you in November.